What's up, everybody? If you watch my channel, you know that I'm a big believer in the QBZ ever since it was buffed. I think it was mid-season, season 4. Season 5, it didn't quite get the love it's been needing from players, or the love I think it deserves from players. Everyone's been on the Krig because the Krig was the no recoil gun. But as we know, the Krig has now been nerfed twice. It's absolutely been nerfed into the ground. I had a video titled, "The Krig is Dead to Me." And that was before it was nerfed again, and then the neck multiplier was nerfed, as well as a bunch of recoil being added. I think True Game Data or Exclusive Ace had it measured at 4 times the recoil that it had before. So people have been looking to replace the Krig, and the QBZ, if you've been watching my channel, you know from me, that's absolutely the QBZ. I preferred it over the Krig before. I definitely prefer it over the Krig now. The Krig has the 3rd worst time to kill. The QBZ always had a better time to kill than the Krig did, or at least a better practical time to kill. And this thing has even less recoil than the Krig did before. So you know that if you watch my channel, I've absolutely believed, praised, loved the QBZ for about a season and a half now. And I've talked about it in my my last couple loadout videos. If you play with me, you know I'm always using the QBZ. I recommend the QBZ to everyone. They did add recoil in the September 15th update, and while they said they added recoil, it doesn't feel like any recoil has been added at all to me. This thing still pretty much has almost no recoil at all, and it's still an absolute laser beam. And because it's an absolute laser beam with no recoil, despite its TTK being slower than things like the AK, the XM4, the EM2, the Stoner, and a handful of other guns, you're going to consistently hit shots with this gun because the other guns either already had more recoil, they've had recoil added, whatever. The QBZ, they had recoil added, but when you add recoil slightly to no recoil, then you have slight recoil, which is where the Krig was in the first place, and now the Krig's been nerfed. This had less recoil than the Krig and a better time to kill, and now it definitely has less recoil and a better time to kill. They say this thing may get nerfed again, so definitely use it while you can. But I think this thing is a perfect Krig replacement, and like I said, I was using it ahead of the Krig anyways. We can jump over to QBZ Spreadsheet really quick to look at numbers, and then we'll come back here and I'll give you the Krig loadout, or sorry, not the Krig loadout, the QBZ loadout, even though it's going to be the same as all other ARs. But let's go ahead and jump over to QBZ Spreadsheet. Okay, and we are over here on QBZ Spreadsheet, and you can see July 15th was the last time the damage values were actually updated. So I believe that was the beginning of Season 5. So so it's been a little less time than I thought that I've been loving this thing. But I think at the end of Season 4, it was still pretty good, too. Here, you can see inside of 31 meters, with all chest shots, you need 8 shots into 619, which is competitive. If you hit all headshots, it's 442. That's beating out SMGs. And even outside of 31 plus meters, all chest shots is giving you a 707 TTK, and all headshots is 530. It's really not hard to mix in headshots because, like I said, this thing has like no recoil. So even if somebody's on a nasty head glitch and you don't really get aim assist, the thing's not going to climb all over the place. It's very easy to hit your shots with this. So it's very easy to get the time to kills. And if you look down at the practical time to kills that QBZ has, you know, you mix in 2 headshots, you're getting 530 or 707 with just 2 headshots. As long as you even get 1 chest shot, you're getting 619 or 795 long range, which is competitive, especially considering you can hit every single bullet because this gun has so little recoil. If you hit 3 headshots at long range, you're getting 619, and 619 can be absolutely disgusting. You're going to beat a lot, and as I keep repeating, you're going to hit your shots because the recoil on this thing is like non-existent, even with their recoil added slightly. If you just scroll down, we can look at the comparisons to other long-range guns, and you'll see here we have the QBZ right in the middle, right around where the Krig was and where this always has been. Like I said, I mean, more recoil, more recoil, more recoil, slower to move around, more recoil, more recoil. All these have more recoil or they're slower to move around. So that's why the QBZ fits in really good, because you're going to be hitting shots, you'll move a lot quicker. In fact, the QBZ has not had its movement nerfed since they buffed it back in like Season 2 or 3. So it actually is like the best movement of all the ARs, as well as having no recoil, really good time to kill, especially when you're hitting headshots. And if you go over here and you just have a 2 headshot TTK on the QBZ, you got a 707, which isn't crazy fast, but it's not way slower than anything. And like I said, here's your Krig. It's beating out the Krig, AN94, Kilo. And that's with 2 headshots. Even if you hit just 1 headshot right here, you have the 795 long range. And once again, you're not beating out a whole lot, but you have to hit every shot on these to beat out, which is a lot easier to hit every shot on the QBZ. And if you like the Krig, you're definitely going to like the QBZ. I mean, it's better than the M13, Krig, and 94 Kilo. Not that those are the best guns to be better than. Like I said, everything else that's better than the QBZ on here has more recoil. And it's harder to hit your shots. You're definitely going to get a way more consistent time to kill on the QBZ. But let's go back over to Warzone, and we'll get into the loadout real quick. Okay, and we are back in Warzone, running through this loadout real quick. It's the same loadout it's always going to be. It's the Agency Suppressor, Task Force Barrel, Field Agent Grip, 60-round drum, and 3 times optic. Because this thing has no recoil, if you're really good at recoil control and you're cracked, you can drop this Field Agent foregrip and you still won't have a whole lot of recoil. And then I would either go with a Tiger Team Spotlight if you're going to be moving around a lot, Airborne Elastic Wrap or Serpent Grip, or I would run with the Raider Stock. They're just all movement-based attachments otherwise. I still run the Field Agent foregrip, especially because the QBZ has better movement than all the other ARs and LMGs. So this is the loadout I've been liking to run. Feel free to experiment with it, you know, with the Field Agent foregrip. You go Ranger Barrel because you still get the bullet velocity, you just don't get the horizontal recoil control, but that's almost non-existent, and you get a better ADS, because the Task Force hurts your ADS while the Ranger doesn't. You can definitely play with this build, especially because you're not as reliant on the recoil control, and you're still going to get a consistent time to kill because the shots are so easy to hit. But if this video was helpful for you, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. I will have QBZ Spreadsheet as well as my social medias linked down below, so please feel free to visit those, and I will see you in Verdansk on Rebirth Island. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.
Right there.
Got a loadout drop inbound.
Or to the right, just close. And one on the roof, he just jumped up.
Yeah, there's one goes here somewhere. Oh, he jumped outside.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Destination locked.
Dude, this dude's bottom floor.
Stay sharp out there. Nicely done.
There ain't nobody on the roof.
Hostile
They on
dropping
the
into the
bottom
area.
floor.
Watch the skies.
Yeah, they're on the bottom.
On me. Oh my god, he almost got at me.
New safe zone located.
Motherfucker.
You're still in.
Staying in nice.
Loadout drop on the way.
Oh, nice kill.
Another one, another one.
One on top. Jump down.
Out back.
Where the orange is.
I'm fucking dead.
Neutralized.
Oh my fucking god, bro. Like,
25 remain.
Landed right where you are.
Watch the skies.
Team.
I wouldn't go there.
Contract is complete. You're cleared for higher
Fucking
pay.
sentry turret in here.
Closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Incoming round.
Good to go.
Dude, is it QBZ?
Another one landing.
Another one landing.
Right.
Good shit.
Oh, I'm getting.